Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we break down albums, eras, artists, and just the culture of R&B with folks that love and are very knowledgeable about R&B. I am Naturally Elise, and that is my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And today we are welcoming back a very, very dope brother, very smart brother, very hilarious brother, and a guest that we love, and that is the good brother, Edward Bowser. Hello.
What up, Elise? What up, JR? What
Yo,
up, family?
yes.
I'm always so hyped to be back in the house with the representatives because y'all know R&B and y'all are as ridiculous as I am, and we're going to keep it real tonight.
Like
There's no
never.
lie told. Yep.
Yes. So before we jump into talking about the things, how about you tell us about yourself as little or as much as you would like to share with our cousins?
Of course. So, again, my name is Edward Bowser. I am from Virginia. I'm currently living in Birmingham, Alabama, and I am the founder of soulandstereo.com. It's a site that talks about R&B, hip hop, and the R&B and hip hop that you love if you watch this channel. So I started it, man, old head, y'all. I started around 2012 or so. And the reason why I did it is because in the 2000s, going into the 2010s, I was not seeing the R&B that I love being represented in media. It was a whole lot of blogs doing a whole lot of hype, but there were a lot of artists, legacy artists who were still doing really big things. They weren't getting the coverage. So I had to be the change I wanted to see. That's where the site started from, doing reviews, grown into podcasts, grown into YouTube. And we have a group on Facebook, the Soul and Stereo Cypher. 900 folks in there. They just wilding out and talking about, again, the music that we love from the era that we love, the real music. I'm here for it, and I'm always glad to connect with other folks like yourself that just love this and want to talk about it. We're going to put y'all on to the good stuff.
Yes. So that was a hell of an intro, by the way.
Oh,
So, JR, how about you tell our good cousins what we're going to be talking about today and why you think it's important that we talk about
Oh, this is a good one because y'all, we are talking about a soundtrack. We will be discussing Waiting to Exhale. Like, this is great because we have not talked about a soundtrack yet. You
at
know what
all?
I'm saying? At all. And for Edward Eddie to pick it, it was like, oh, and it's one of my favorite soundtracks, and I can't wait to get into it for real, for real. And then I don't think a lot of people really get into it. Like I know we gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna learn a lot from it and some funny stuff and all that good stuff. You're gonna learn some things and all that. But Ed, how when you first heard that the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack was coming out, what did you think? What did you hear? Like all that good stuff. What did you think?
I got to take y'all back to the 90s. For some of y'all who don't know, there was an era in the mid 90s, a little bit in the early 2000s, but definitely in the mid 90s. Soundtracks were events, y'all. We were more hyped for the soundtrack than the movie. No offense to Money Talks. No offense to New Jersey Drive, but I was like, when the soundtrack dropping? I'll see the movie when I see it from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I want that soundtrack because it's going to be hot. And when we found out that this was going to be 100% face, I mean, I can't even compare it to anybody right now. I know y'all like Hit Boy, you know, the Mile, all these great producers that are doing it. This is like the man who is doing it, and he had a soundtrack, all women artists, the best in the era from that generation, plus some legends. We're going to talk about them coming together in one place with the best producer of the moment. There was no way this was going to disappoint. And I was so hyped. See, a lot of people think, I'm going to take a little bit of out of my history. A lot of people think that because I am so into music, I grew up in a very musical family, grew up with music around the house. I really didn't. My parents, you know, they'll throw on like the Jackson 5 Christmas around Christmas time, but they didn't really have music on 24/7. But shout out to my Aunt Jackie, because my Aunt Jackie, she had her music playing, and she had this soundtrack before I heard it. And I was like, Aunt Jackie, I gotta hear it. Can I hear it? And I remember seeing it sitting on the CD player. She's like, yeah, go there and hear it. I went straight to a few songs. I'm gonna tell you which ones I loved. I'm gonna tell you which ones disappointed me. We'll talk about it a little later on. But over time, this is, in my opinion, one of the greatest soundtracks of the era.
Mm.
And he was like, no offense. What I want to say, no offense to Booty Call, no offense to Boo, no offense to Meteor Man. No offense.
Booty Call has some joints on it, but y'all could have kept the movie.
Ooh, hello. I went and saw that in the movies.
You saw it in the movies?
Yeah. I went with my mom. My mom took me to the movies, and yeah, we walked out very disappointed. So it was all good. And then since you said woo, I know Jada wished that never existed ever.
But the soundtrack was dope. I'll give
It was. It was.
It surely was.
Yes.
No offense to get on the bus. No offense.
Oh my God. The daggers, Lord have mercy.
Okay.
It's been 5 minutes, y'all, and we already acting up.
Right.
5 minutes.
You started it.
Oh man. So me, I think when you, like you said, the soundtracks were events. So you knew that the movie was coming, and you know all the promo that was behind it was saying everything was being produced by Babyface and all that. And I think Exhale Shoot was already out when I heard it. And I was like, oh, this is a different Whitney. You know what I'm saying? Because it's coming from with that Bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? She did the Bodyguard. And with that, it was kind of like she got back to where we love Whitney at, because I'm Your Baby Tonight was kind of like that didn't do as well for her as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it catered more to the R&B work, right? So finally, she got back to the contemporary that Clive wanted her with, you know, the Bodyguard. So she's coming off of that, where I Will Always Love You, I Have Nothing, Run to You, all of that. And then she comes to this. This sounds very soulful. This is a soulful Whitney, for real, for real. So I was like, oh, okay. And then Brandy Sitting in My Room came. And I was like, okay, Babyface 2 for 2 for me. Then he did Mary, Not Gonna Cry. Then we're 3 for 3. And I'm like, okay, I got to get the soundtrack. Now I'm young, so I don't know how the hell I'm going to get it. But I'm like, I got to get the soundtrack. Well, it ended up being in the house or whatever. And I listened to it, and it really became, like you said, one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, because Babyface got it right. Like this, and like you said, at the time, he was that guy. Now, the one thing that I was hoping that it wasn't, I was like, oh God, please don't have him giving us all the I Always Love You's, end of the road type of records to all of these women, because then it's going to be bad, and it's going to be boring, and it's going to be dry. And the water already ran dry with Boys and Men already. So we didn't need that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't need that no more. So once I heard it, and then I knew my girls was on there, SWB was on there. So I was like, what did he give them? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm hyped. So then afterwards, it became, I loved it. Like, I ran it over and over and over and over and on my cassette. So yeah, so that's how I got into it for real.
Yeah. See, I got into it. I actually, and I don't know if I was under a rock. I didn't realize that, and maybe I did realize it, but I was, a teenager. I won't think about it. About the soundtrack being all Babyface. I don't know where I missed that was coming. So I didn't have that anticipation. But my anticipation was for the movie, because I was a teenage girl reading them damn books and had no damn business.
First you sure did not. No.
Like, at all. Like, what's the year again?
This was 1995.
Okay, so that means it was years prior that I was reading the book. So I was like 12, 13 reading the book. Because that was the thing in middle school. All the girls, I'm just saying, hey, we had to get our little smut and bullshit where we could, because we ain't had no internet where you could just pull up porn and all kind of bullshit like the kids got today. This was we gonna read this book. It's juicy, In that retrospect, I went back and read it as an adult, and it was racy a bit, but not as much as I had thought it was back then. I'm like, oh, this is Skinamax, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so I was excited for the movie, and the ensemble cast, I wouldn't even think about the ensemble soundtrack, you know.
Right,
So,
right.
but when I did start, when them songs started coming out, like you said, Jr., the songs you said, except for one of them, it made me really excited to hear the whole thing. We'll get to it, but yeah, I was in, I was in, yeah, that's all.
And like and
At
like
least
Eddie said, what I did like too is Babyface was bringing the young and the old
Mhm.
together. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like everybody that was hot, and mind you, every legend that was a part of this, they were hot at that time too. Like they had hits that was out during that time. So it wasn't like they were cold. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like, oh my God, they were cold and you know that he's just bringing them back. It was like during that time, these legends had hits out just as well as the young artist that was out during that time. So I was like, Babyface to bring this together and all that. The only one I was upset, I was like, why couldn't he have Gladys on here? I was like, Gladys, she's the one missing. I was like, and Whitney loved Gladys, so I was like, why everybody else is on it? But I'm like Gladys, but I was like, it's all good. I was like, it's all good. He got SWV on there anyway, so I
Yeah,
was good.
we got Gladys to come in a few years later and set it off. So you know,
True, true.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did make up with that.
He did make up. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got a point. You got a point. So yeah. So I really thought I was just like this soundtrack to me made if Babyface ain't in your top 5 or 10 or whatever, something got to give because ain't nobody that could do a soundtrack like this and give the right song to every artist and
See,
it
and
sounds like them.
that's what I was gonna say because the problem that we have currently is
Mm-hmm.
that we have producers who have their sound and they just you got artists getting pushed in round pegs and these square holes. Like it don't work. But Face was able to give you a Face sound, but tailor it to the artist. Sitting in my room, that's Brandy.
the
Like you
Brandy
couldn't have
song.
gave that to anybody else. How Aretha gonna be singing that? Like it worked for Brandy because that was a tone and sound and production that fit her. But it was still a Face record, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
this production of this soundtrack sounds just so cohesive because everyone had their moment to shine, but it was all a similar sound.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Okay, y'all. Let's get into this soundtrack here.
I'm
So,
ready.
yes. So we starting with track 1, which is Exhale Shoot Shoot from Whitney. So as we proceed.
Shoo, 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 shoo.
And that's what I loved about the record. As smooth and as velvet as it was, Whitney was still giving us the Whitney isms. You know what I'm saying? Like Babyface, because at first, Whitney said when she heard the record, she was like, Babyface, what is this? You done lost words. Like, what is going on? What did shoot? And he was like, Whitney, just trust me. And she said they was in the studio for like 5 hours and they did it and it came out so dope. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, just for her backgrounds and the harmonies and all of this, it just had a soul to it. It had a depth to it that songs before then for Whitney didn't have. Like Craig Seymour, when he said that's when he became a fan of Whitney. When he first heard Exhale, Shoot. Like even the other ones, he was like, I'm a fan of her voice and all of this. But this is the record that I really became a fan because of how soulful and how relaxed and how everything she was on it. So, and then to open this joint, killed
Exactly.
it.
And
Killed
first, shout out to my boy Craig. I love Craig,
it.
but
Yes.
I'm with you. I'm kind of like Whitney when I first heard this song because it's a shoot and a shoot, and I'm like, what is this? Like, where's the
Right.
structure? But what made this work is what you just said, Jr. It was the harmonies. It's a masterclass in harmonies. Layered those things so perfectly, and there's just a warm soulfulness about it that people forget. Whitney did not deliver that all the time. We celebrate her now that she's gone and we remember the elements and her impact on Black culture. But I remember in the 80s where they were trying to be like, oh, well, she ain't want us, she pop, she this, she that. This
Mm-hmm.
was her opportunity to be like, no, y'all, no, like I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. And it was just such even when she's not saying anything, she's saying so much. And those are the music that I call it the music between the notes. That's
Yeah.
what I always complained is missing in a lot of current music is that okay, you can pull up your lyrics and you singing them all right, but give me the little bit in between. Give me those inflections. Give me that harmony, that passion between it, because that's what sells a record more so than just even singing pitch perfectly. And Whitney just did that. Like this song could have had no lyrics and it would have been that dope.
Yeah,
Well, we got one of those later, and it still was dope with no lyrics. But
that's right.
I
That's
got a
right.
lot to say about that one too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, and I think this is probably Babyface's favorite, to be honest, because when he at his concert, because I done went twice, and I went to the first one, and it was a complete mystery with that mess, catch it.
Oh
And
no.
then I went to the one he went by himself, he did by himself. And every time he does a tribute to Whitney, he ends with Exhale. He always ends with that record. And I think it was just finally Babyface was like, I'm about to soul the heck out of Whitney on this one. That's why he like, trust me. Because again, this is 95 now. A whole new era has come through. Now it's a little bit more soulful now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them is on this soundtrack. So it's like he couldn't have Whitney coming in with the stuff that she was so used to. You had to give her something fresh. And when he did, it just was so dope. Like even when she was on Oprah, and when she carried Oprah on that episode, oh, she read Oprah for Phil. When she tried to ask her about Bobby,
Yes,
oh,
I
she asked
remember
her for
that.
Phil. I was
Yes.
here for it. She was like, my life is none of your business. I said, But they came back from commercial after that, and they were playing Exhale, and you could just see everybody just got a little swag to it. It was just like, and then Oprah was like, yo, I love that song. And Whitney was like, I love it too. She was like, I love it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just it's so dope. And I just love that Babyface ends. And when you see the whole crowd just singing along, just shoot, 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 they do, shoot, shoot. And everybody does all of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's so dope. And the lights is up and all that kind of stuff. So I think this was a great Whitney record and how to start off. And this was a new Whitney for real. You know what I'm saying? It was like, she's a good man, Savannah.
Even the video though, the video was dope because if you remember, it was just stripped down. It's just like her face. That's it. And like, I mean, there's other stuff going on, but like the stripped down soulfulness of it just adds to that presentation. It is so simplistic, but there's so much architecture in the actual creation of the song. My gosh. Yeah.
Yes.
One of her best tracks, if you ask me.
I agree.
And I love it. The way she's doing the shoot, it didn't throw me off because it just felt like church. Church. It was when you had that one song leader in the church that just tear it down every time, and they cut up like that. Like, yeah, that's what it gave me. So I'm like, yeah.
Track be going about 15 minutes. Y'all know how we do it at church. All do not end.
Y'all know we start at 11, we ain't getting out till 4-5. So
because of the choir.
Come on. They over and over and over and over. Then people start feeling the spirit. Y'all better watch Blues Brothers and act like y'all know what the deal is.
Yeah. You cringing every time somebody say take your time. Be like, no.
You be all right with it at first, but then like at a second or third take your time, you're like, oh, I need you to take some more time. Like, don't take that much time because a brother getting hungry. That chicken ain't gonna eat itself. Like, where y'all at?
For the deacon's like, yo, we try to watch the game.
Right. And it's always funny too with you there in the Super Bowl and the pastor be like, we know it's Super Bowl Sunday. And he's like giving people note, like, we ain't gonna do all of the foolishness today. Like, we in and we out. Like, know this. Like,
get you a pastor that's a sports fan. That's the only way you're gonna survive.
That's the only way it's gonna work. That's right.
Not, I'll see y'all about 4:30.
Jesus will understand. I promise you.
Yes.
He will.
I'm not
He is
that
able
part.
to understand. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Let your neighbor JR tell me what the next song is.
Why does it hurt so bad?
Ooh, ooh, perfect.
Perfect. Yo, at least with her segue, she's awesome. But this, to know that he gave Whitney this during the I'm Your Baby Tonight era. But she was like, yo, like, nah, I'm going to save that. You know what I mean? So it's crazy that Babyface actually wrote this song for then, and Whitney was just like, nah, I'm going to chill on it. And obviously, she needed that record for this time, because clearly, you know what I'm saying, the things that she was going through personally,
Yep.
she obviously was able to feel it more. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the strings on this song makes the song so sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Bill Ross, because he also played on Run to You. So them strings is just like so, and then the genius of Greg Fillinganes on keys. Like this song, and then you just feel Whitney on this. It's like I think this album showed how much now we felt Whitney. Before, that's when people was trying to be like, we don't feel her, we hear her voice, we understand her vocally, we all that. But now we're feeling her, like we felt her on Exhale, and now on a song that's sad, we're actually feeling Whitney. Like, where do Broken Hearts go, right? Even though Whitney hates the record, and that's a sad record, but you're not really paying attention to the sadness of the record. You're paying to her attention vocally on what she's doing, not what the feeling of the song is. Why did it hurt so bad? Oh yeah, you're feeling Whitney on this. You like, oh damn, shit hurt. You know what I mean? Like, and then for her to do it on the MTV Movie Awards, sweat and all. Whitney gave what she gave. Like, Whitney, why? Who was her stylist? Like who? Why would y'all have
Okay.
her in a leather?
I'm gonna interrupt you, JR. I'll
What?
interrupt you. So last weekend I hung out with JR. We went to the Juneteenth. Hey, Juneteenth celebration.
Shout out.
And so one of the days we was just sitting watching YouTube clips as we do. And and JR was just going through showing me all the different hair and outfits of Whitney through her whole career. And we were dying laughing. Like, why would they do that to her? Because she's so pretty.
Yes.
So
she
pretty.
was a model. They had her in 17 and shit. Like,
they put her in some bullshit.
Yes.
And because Whitney wasn't a fashion girly, she just wore it and went on her way because that wasn't her fashion, wasn't her thing. You know?
Why would y'all have her in a white leather outfit in all them lights? And she's sweating like pure life. Like it's like she got a cold. But like she got a cold and she's sick and she just straight sweating, but she's singing the heck out of this record. You know what I mean? But it's just like, what was her stylist thinking? Like sometimes you be like, what were they? That's why it was like she was better in gowns and wearing long gowns and stuff, because that's what Whitney need. That's what's her presentation. That's what she needed. When they tried that all other stuff, it was like, no.
I gotta admit though, my favorite Whitney style is that '98 era with the bob and like that's my Whitney. That's when she's shaking that and she got her little futuristic Matrix outfits. Now that's why I am. That to me was peak Whitney style. That's what she was feeling.
Agreed.
I agree with that. I totally agree. Oh God, this is terrible. But no, but we the R.I.P. girl, we love you. But
oh no, we love my girl. We love my girl.
So bad.
But back to the track. My Soul and Stereo people, they get tired of me saying this. I'm gonna say it one more time until these artists get it right. To me, a song works best as a story, and that story has to be told when the production matches the vocals. Why does it hurt so bad? I need the song to cry. Shout out to Jay-Z. I need the song to cry. And that's what was going on this track. And that's why I love it so much. I forgot that when I was going back and looking at the tracks, I was like, oh yeah, this was a single. Can you imagine the days we were getting like 6 singles and like off of one project. 6 months later, we still getting singles. Now these artists drop an album on Twitter, be like, "Oh, my album came out," and you'll hear nothing else about it again, and they wonder why it flopped. Where's the follow-up, y'all? I need single number 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 months later, so you can keep it up in the front of our mind. Whitney's vocals were impeccable on this. This was another win. Another win.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I got nothing to add. Don't you?
Yeah, because we already went in on outfit, so you knew I was going there. So yeah. So track 3, Let It Flow.
Mm-hmm.
See, John, you gonna be looking at my song and that tone of voice. I know that much.
Huh?
It do be your own people.
Catch it.
I love that song.
Thank you, Elise. I like that joint.
It again, like we said, of making songs that match the voice. If you want a song to like drag in that certain way, you gonna give it to somebody with a deep voice that sings down like Tony. Like it's just no nobody want no broke heart. No nobody want no two-time loser.
Oh no.
So JR, so me and Ed, we enjoy the song.
We on this one, yes.
Why do you not? I'm curious.
Just on how it begins. I think I go on it because of how Tony's singing on it. Like I'm that, and I'm just not the biggest fan of it. And I wasn't even like that as a kid. Like I just was like.
So my question, and I'm only questioning you on it because when we get to the song, a couple songs that I really, really don't care for, I would like you to interrogate me the same way.
Yeah.
So you don't like the way she came in, but isn't that you're a huge Toni Braxton fan?
Yes.
But you don't like the way she came in a Toni Braxton way?
I don't know why. I can't tell you but I love her how she comes out of a bridge. You know, I will go in on Tony's bridges. Tony has the best bridges to me. Like her bridges are crazy. And the way she comes out of that bridge and how Tony will hold a note and then she'll come, oh yeah. Like that, I'm good. But it's just how it comes. It seemed very boring to me. It was boring to me. And then it was just after coming out of I Know Where You Going, one of these songs. I know where you're going. But but it was like after coming out with Why Does It Hurt So Bad, right? I think I was so ready for the next record after this that Tony's record just didn't give me I'm already sad. So then she's like, Let It Flow. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like, everybody be like, how don't you like this song? And I give it fever, but it's weird. It's very weird to me. I know everybody going to be in the comments bugging out, but I don't care. But at the
Actually, maybe think of something Ed said a little bit earlier about a song telling the story. I think that song going into this song is telling the story and it's still the mood of it. Because you might be letting go and let it flow, but that don't feel good at first. So it is gonna be a melancholy kind of drudging, kind of dirge type thing.
True.
If we're going with the story narrative.
Story
narrative.
You hear what I was about to say. That's exactly what it is. So why does it hurt so bad? Man, I'm just gonna let it flow. It's gonna be all right, you know. It's like that part where it's like the healing process.
Yeah.
I will say, JR, I agree that when I first heard this, like Tony gonna tone. She always gonna tone it. But she was like really toning in on this joint. Like
how she does now.
Yeah, she was in the basement with it. But like it got to the point that once your ears adjusted to where we were going, it's probably my favorite song up here. I probably rock it more than any other in 2024. But also, did y'all know there was a video for this?
Yes.
I did not see it until like YouTube. When YouTube became a thing and I started seeing all these videos for stuff I didn't know had videos, I see why I never saw this video. But I had no idea there was a video for this song.
All them heads and white stuff, and yeah.
thought this was a good idea.
I have no idea. I don't know.
It was
And
so
maybe
bad.
that's when I saw it, I probably was like, I knew I didn't like this song for a reason. Just saying. But the way y'all just broke this, I get it. I get it. I totally get it. It's the melancholy of it all. It's like, God, I'm hurting. You know what I mean? Now you need something to be like, all right, you're going to get through this.
Yeah. And
Right.
this song is kind of like, you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of like when you have a breakup or a huge disagreement and you like, you trying to be all, fuck that nigga. But in reality, your friend's here. He hurt me and it's bad.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's bravado going on. It ain't
Right.
real, you know.
Right.
'Cause you hurt me
True. True.
so bad.
Now I'm thinking of the song completely different now. Now I love that we talked this out and you were like, oh no, you're gonna have to give me why you don't like this.
No, I was just curious because for years, like I mentioned that song and your whole, but I never asked you the why. So I was genuinely curious. I won't try to convert you to like it. I was curious. Yeah.
Yeah, because we did a live and we was talking about this soundtrack, a couple of these songs. And when you said let it flow, and I was just like,
and did. That is what he did.
And then you were just like, you don't like it? I'm like, And then we just left it alone. So I guess Elise was like, oh, not so fast, buddy.
Yeah, I was genuinely curious. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just I couldn't.
I ain't trying to no conversion because people can like it.
But it makes sense on the way things. It makes sense. So I'm glad. Honestly, it fits the album though. That's what's so weird to me. Like how I don't like it and it fits. You know what I'm saying? Like it fits the album. So it's like.
Well, who was we just talking to? Like just because it's a classic album or a 10 album, 10 out of 10 album for you doesn't mean you like every song, but does it work together? Does it make sense? Does it have redeeming qualities that make it a good song? You just happen not to like it.
Right,
exactly.
Right. And I just
talk about that all the time in my reviews. There are songs as a reviewer, I can be objective and be like, this is a good song. Am I going to play it on a regular? Nope. But I can objectively say that's a good song, but we like what we like. It's cool.
Right. Mm-hmm. Agree. Okay, so we get to It Hurts Like Hell. Whew. One of my faves on this album, to be honest.
I was like, all right, now y'all gonna this one too? All right.
Oh no.
We're on the same page.
This is one of my faves. Like, it felt like classic Aretha. It felt like classic Lady Soul. Ain't no way as good as I am to you type of Aretha. You know what I mean? Like it really, and Aretha was singing down. You know what I mean? Even though Babyface is like, look, Aretha gonna give you a couple of takes and she out. You're like, Aretha ain't giving you when you think you can get for somebody else. Aretha like, are we done? I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to get on my bus and head home. Like that's her stick. So for me, it was just, and then Jeremy, what's his name? Oh God, what was his name? LaBelle came in with those strings. Oh, baby, like Aretha comes in and I'm like, yo, I feel it. Like right off the break, you feel the sadness. I guess I just like blue type of records. And it's just what it is. And this song is so blue, man. And it's just, didn't have, Chanté Moore, what's his name? Kevon Edmonds, and you had Melvin on there on backgrounds like this. Y'all better stop sleeping on Chanté. She done some background for all y'all faves.
Oh, ain't nobody sleeping on Chanté on this call. No.
At all. Sir. On this album alone.
No. Yes. Chanté is that girl.
Yes. And she's on it at like crazy, but didn't have that. And it's just, I love it. But look, Aretha is the queen. Aretha, look, you're the queen. I said it, so don't drop nothing, okay? And I love it when Whitney did it on the My Love Is Your Love tour. And she did it for like 2 minutes, 2 minutes or something. And you feel her. And Whitney just sings it. And it's just like, and she holds the note. And you be like, and I know her, and I know Aretha probably was like, oh, this damn girl again, about to kill my shit again. Like that. You know what I'm saying? But this song is dope. Like, it's just so dope. Like, everything about it. It's just classic Aretha, and Babyface gave Aretha the right. Because ain't this time her Willing to Forgive was out, right? Willing
Yeah,
to
this
get
this
this was
was the era. This was
okay,
around.
it was this era. Okay, so again, Aretha was hot. She still had a hit record. She had Deeper Love that was in the clubs. And then she had Willing to
Sorry.
right. And Willing to Forgive, which Babyface wrote. So he gave her the right song and it fit Aretha, and I thought it was great. And it's definitely one of my favorites on the album for real.
Same here. So I was talking about earlier. The thing that I like about this soundtrack is it was the coming of the old and the new. And Aretha, she was still around doing her thing. I mean, we'll talk about some other artists that were still around doing their things as well. Like, Patti was still somewhat in the scene. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, like, it was just Aretha just like you just feel her. That's why I think this movie resonated with so many women. This is why the soundtrack resonated. You feel these women on this song. This is a song that if your auntie playing and your uncle walk in the house, he just need to go and play cards with his boys because like it's about to go down. Because this is a song that speaks. And when someone can't convey what's going on in their relationship and they put this on, ain't no words to be said. Brother, you done messed up. Go somewhere. Fix that. Go get some flowers because they need some help in their household.
Right.
So you know what, y'all?
Uh-oh.
This when it ain't too bad.
Okay.
No, when this first came out, this was my skip because the way that JR, the way you feel about Let It Flow, I just thought it was boring. I didn't really get it then. Keep in mind, I was 16. Okay.
Right. Right.
And so that was my skip. Matter of fact, all the songs that were by the legends, those were all my skips then. But now I love that song. I definitely listen to it more now than I did back then. But I don't know. That was some deep multi-decade pain she put behind that, and I just
Multi-decade.
I could understand. I could relate a little more to why it hurt so bad, Let It Flow, but I just hadn't hurt like hell quite yet, and not for a long time. And then even if you did have a relationship, like a month, 2 months, like.
Right.
But no, that's a great point though. And I try to talk about it. JR, I'm about to get on my hip hop thing right quick. But I talk about how like there are songs that sometimes hit you and you just aren't of the maturity level to recognize how dope it is. I've been saying that for months, well, actually years at this point about that last Kendrick Lamar album. All the little children, oh, I don't like this, I ain't got no hits on it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you gotta get some years on you to hear what that brother's saying. Now everybody wants it because like he hot in the streets, but I'm like, you got to get some wisdom on you. You can understand what this brother trying to tell y'all. Get your mental health straight. That's what that album is saying. This ain't about turning up. This album is about getting self straight. And Aretha the same thing. This that multi-generational pain, that color purple pain. Like you can't get that at 14 years old. You got to go through some things.
Yeah, you're just not going to get it. Yeah, exactly.
Understood. Totally.
No, but now all the things I was saying, I love all those things.
Yeah.
I love Aretha. Like, I even like Aretha that some people don't like. I still fuck with some of that stuff. So like,
me too.
That's my girl. And I also, because she's a legend, give her a lot of grace on some of the songs that might be cheesy or the vocals won't the same anymore. I give a lot of grace because
And then it just makes you think too, because and obviously Babyface watched the movie, because now every song you think about a part in the movie. So when It Hurts Like Hell, you think about when it's Angela and Wesley, they sitting on the bed and she like, it hurts like hell, doesn't it? After both of them untold their story. So it was like, Babyface, damn, you good, because it's like every scene and what song to fit and all that. I was like, whoa, brilliant. But yeah, this is that deep I can't believe Elise said generational pain.
But that's perfect. That's exactly what this
It
is.
is.
And I just didn't get it. I wasn't supposed to get it, I don't think.
Right.
No, you
And,
weren't. You
You
weren't.
and
weren't.
because it's so many songs and it's a mix and it kind of go every other song, kind of, or every couple songs, and then throw the legend in there. So it was enough of my stuff that, you know, it was fine.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay. Well, you love it now, so it's all good.
Yeah. And I
Love it.
and I and I gave you the reason why it didn't resonate then.
Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Yes. We
It's
ain't just gonna
growth.
say we hate it and that's it. Like,
Right.
like
Okay,
no,
no,
nah,
that
ain't
one
that.
though. We just ain't got
Okay.
to.
So we get to Brandy sitting in my room.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy ate this up. She ate this up, man. Ate this up. And Babyface said this made Brandy become one of his favorite vocalists. And that's coming from him that he got Whitney up here and he got Brandy next. Like, that's crazy because he said she came in wanting to show improve. Brandy was running all over the place and he said, baby, look, just, just sing. I just need you to
Yeah.
sing.
And this is a way that you do this is how a crossover record should be.
Yes,
To
you beat
where
me to it.
oh
Go on, go on,
you
I
know
because
was
me,
you
gonna go
it
there too,
always
but
be
yeah, go
like
ahead. Go
yes.
ahead.
because it's still hella soulful. Brandy displaying her vocal chops still, but it's still a sweetness, an age appropriateness about it, and a poppiness to it, but it doesn't skimp on the soul.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And you go ahead. I know you can.
You know I'm about to snap because
I
this
know.
shows that you can have a crossover mainstream bop. This was a bop before we were calling it a bop. You can have a bop and still have quality bops, y'all. You ain't got to be slumming it and like putting in a half a performance so you can get on TikTok. Like if there was TikTok in 95, this would be a TikTok joint. For real.
Yes.
All the little
Agreed.
girls would be making little videos sitting in their room on the phone like she was doing. So like, yes, you can do that. And at this time, like, I mean, I'm a Brandy fan, 94. I mean, I'm not going into my whole Brandy thing. I'm a fan, but I had around that time specifically, I was like, all right. Because it just seemed like she was so ever present that she was just getting kind of like pushed all the time. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, Brandy, all right, I didn't see best friend video 10 million times. What you got? This was so fun and fresh, and it rejuvenated my love of Brandy and her music because
Mm-hmm.
it felt like fun, but it felt like a different level of maturity, and it was just cool. And again, it fits this soundtrack so well, even though it's the most, lack of a better term, poppy song of all of them. It still doesn't feel out of place. This one, of course, like that's why it's had one of the longest legacies of all the songs here. That thing
Mm-hmm.
still hits, y'all.
I,
Yeah, I still play it. Like at the bar, especially when I'm playing my little '90s. But even when it's not a '90s playlist, like everybody still they know the words,
Mm-hmm.
they know the ad libs and everything. It's like black, white, anything. Oh, young.
mm-hmm.
It's wild to me when that comes on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like it, like y'all said. It was a new sound for Brandy because, like you said, Brandy came out and it was very kiddish. She was a kid. She was
Mm-hmm.
14. You know what I'm saying? Coming, I want to be down and baby and best friend, and she did broken hearted. So it was very kiddish. But this, it was like, okay, she's definitely getting older, but it still was age appropriate. You know what I mean? Like at that time I could sing it. My mom sung it. You know what I'm saying? It was like everybody could sing it, even though it still had it was fun. You wanted to sing along to it. You know what I'm saying? And then for the musicality of this record, like for them to use the bass line of Sly and Family Stone's "Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself," right? And it's just shout out to what's his name, Michael Thompson, that you was playing the guitar on it.
Mm-hmm.
He played the guitar on Peebo Bryce's "Can You Stop the Rain?"
I
Like,
didn't know that.
yes, So this song is so fun. And then the video, like you said, what she was doing, sitting in her bed, sitting in her room. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole brand of the sitting in my room, because Hype did his thing with this video. So it's just a favorite to sing along to. And like you said, it had the legacy of this. People still singing this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so. And a thing vocally that I like about this record is Brandy really doing that low register. Surely you'll invest in my and she gave like some like rasp and deepness that you kind of didn't expect from the song, and then it went into it and came and the way she comes out of the verses and the way she comes out of the bridge is
yes, yeah,
it's quite impressive to me to this day.
And he said that she did it she did her lead, I think. No, the background she did in the harmony in like one take. Like that's how dope that Babyface was talking about it in verses. Y'all know, when they finally got it right. Hey.
We remember that one.
Oh yes. God.
We remember.
I was so mad at Theodore that day. What? I was so pissed. I was like, why you had to just come? Babyface came with his iPhone 6 and his Bluetooth and was ready.
He had his little wine. He was good. Yeah,
he was good. I just love when he said, I don't do remixes. I said, oh, I was like, well, I was like, all right, Teddy. I was like, oh, how you gonna come back from that, Teddy? Babyface said, I don't do remixes. I said, well.
In the lyrics, do you think that he was making a callback to "Wanna Be Down"? Because he's like, how can one be down?
Yep.
I never thought of that. You might be right. That could be a callback. See, y'all, this is why this song should be a blueprint for how you evolve and mature in music. Because these little girls today, shout out your girl Chloe. Like, I don't want you going from 0 to 2000. Like, you don't go from this to like you just doing everything on the track. I want to see you slowly evolve as a woman and in your sound. You can't be sounding like gospel harmonies and you like triple ratchet over here because it's like what? And like it's very confusing for the fan bases, and it does not help your sales. Like you have to grow slowly and maturely and meticulously, and that's what we saw on this track. And folks rush it today, and everybody want to rush to be grown, and you losing your face. You're losing your fan base.
Rashad from what is it, the Black Music Archives, and he did a whole thing on Brandy, and he said exactly what you said, Ed, about her Brandy growing with this record. It was like we grew up with her.
We did.
Because she even said in the beginning, like she wanted those records. She wanted the babies that I Want to Be Down because it helped. She was like, I didn't want the grown records. I want people to grow with me. So when we got to sitting in my room, like you said, it was like, Brandy's growing. Okay, this is not the 14-year-old girl I Want to Be Down anymore. Like she's slowly climbing. So it was actually preparing us what we was going to get for that Never Say Never era. She was slowly going. And then to have legends like Lou Rawls and Smokey Robinson singing this record with her when they was at the NAACP Awards back then, and they up there, and even though it's a kiddish record, it's still adult appropriate. You know what I mean? Even though, poor Smokey. I love you, Smokey, but no. he was trying. He tried. Give him he tried.
He was
trying. And Lou. But he was.
It doesn't feel kiddish to me. It feels funky. It's not. I think I just attach kiddish to it because it is a kid that's singing it. But but the lyrics aren't kiddish to me.
Well, it's not kiddish, but it is a step above. Like she didn't go from best friend to Who Is She to You on the next record. Like that was just later. Like this was she was going up the stairs, and that's what we missed today. It's like you one thing one week, and then the next week you just talking about your OnlyFans on your song. Like slow down, like let us grow with you, and that's what she was able to do, and that's why I mean, Brandy my age. Like I saw her come up through that, and that's how she told a better story, I thought.
I
That's
agree.
true.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Love this record. All right. Next one. This is how it works. TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a song.
It's a song.
It
It's on
was
the
a song that
soundtrack.
was on the soundtrack. Now, I liked soundtracks at the time because you would hear artists that you were used to over production that wasn't the norm. Like this did not sound like a Crazy Sexy Cool song.
No.
So I appreciated that, but it's just kind of super forgettable. Other,
It
Lisa and
is.
her freaky verse was all right, but it was just there. Not terrible, but it was just there.
Yeah.
So do you know? Tell me if y'all noticed this. If you, if I put this on a record player and put it on 45, it would be sitting up in my room guitars.
Really?
No, did not know
Think
that.
of think of it think of it sped up. This is me. It's
I
it's
hear what you're
dun,
saying.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
And it feel like slowed down sitting in my room
I can hear that. I
guitar.
hear what you're saying.
Would be, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's all I could think of when I listen to it, that I don't really pay attention to the song. It's a song. The song doesn't offend me. It's what JR says. It's a refill song. Go refill your cup or go get some more popcorn, and it's fine. Like it doesn't offend me.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't do nothing. I can do with or without it. It feels filler to me.
How you said on one of our episodes, up our Definitely Fulfilled episode, and we got to one of the songs, and you was like, I feel nothing. That's how I feel about
Yeah.
this. I
I said,
feel
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
I'm not mad that it's there, and I wouldn't have been mad if it wasn't. Like it just whatever. The only person I'm paying attention to is the fourth member of the group, which is Deborah Killings on background.
We were just talking about her on Soul and Stereo the other day. Give her props, but
All of it, and I mean all of it, because that's who I'm paying attention to on this record. I ain't paying attention to Chili, I ain't paying attention to Tion, and like you said, Left Eye get her little burst in, but I'm paying attention to Deborah Killings. That's who I'm paying attention to. So this song can go. I mean, it's there, and I mean, obviously, he like, wait a minute. If I'm gonna have these other group here, I got to throw the group on my label on this record.
oh
So I
yeah,
can't.
absolutely.
Yeah, I can't not give them something. You know what I mean? So
It was a pity placement. Oh, that's cute.
Pity placement.
I never thought about that. Thank you, Jam.
you're welcome. I didn't even know I did that, but yeah, you're right.
Let me steal that one right quick. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah,
I
that
don't want to make
we
no
go.
waves, so go.
Yeah, yeah. Cute record, cute. So we go to Not Gonna Cry,
All
Mary
right.
J. Blige.
All right.
Now, yes, Elise, explain to the people, ma'am, why you give this song so much fever. Because we talked about it in the live, but we really didn't go that much in depth into
I
why.
gotta hear this. Okay.
Yes, so explain to the people why you give this song fever.
Okay. First off, so people know how I feel about this song. I absolutely despise and hate this song from day one. And I am a huge
You are.
Mary J. Blige fan.
And is.
Day one. Day one fan. Um, I don't. You know what? For most of the same reasons that JR don't connect with Let It Flow, it's just it drags, and not in a not in an interesting way to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the vocal on it. I don't think it's a good take.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like the word. I don't like the writing. I can't think of anything that song makes me laugh. Your secretary, but
Yes.
it just drags. It's not musically interesting to me. It's not really much I like. I mean, there isn't really anything that I like about the song except the fact that it is Mary, and that's all. I hated the video. I hate her styling on the video. I like I comprehensively dislike this song. And I don't think it's not those objective where it's a good song. It just don't connect to me. I think it's a bad song, production, visually,
Ooh.
writing, vocally.
Damn.
I hate this song. Like the boy said, I don't hate this song. No, I do hate it. Like there's nothing there's nothing redeeming about it
Yeah.
for me.
Y'all should have
Okay.
played the ether beat. My God.
Okay. I never knew why, but knowing at least now I get it. Like she's really like words and all that, like at least really gonna get into a record. And this, she just wasn't digging it. Now I get
Can I
it.
tell you what part? And it's that I hate the worst about this song
What?
in all those ways. 11 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
I should have left you as a damn. Oh, I don't. It like it's cringy. Like it is a skip for me. Like
Yeah.
it's a skip, and they wore it out too.
Yeah.
And
Indeed.
I just, but you
Oh,
know what? But
Man.
I also don't like I'm going down, and it's giving me that
oh,
energy.
me either. Ooh.
It's
Mm.
it's the same reasons I don't like I'm going down is this almost. In fact, I think I hate Not Gonna Cry a little bit more than I hate I'm Going Down, because at least I'm Going Down, like production wise, it's okay, it's fine.
Okay. Okay. So
Man.
right.
What?
Right. Where do we go from here?
I don't even know, because everything I was gonna say is like the opposite of what
Opposite of
Elise
everything she
said.
yes. Like so for me, everybody knows I'm a diehard Mary fan. I wish y'all could have saw. I'm just in mom's spot. So y'all could have saw the Mary My Life behind me. But Mary is coming off the My Life album now, right? And this now we're understanding Mary's brand.
Mm-hmm.
This song was right on target with what Mary's brand was. And the My Life album was so dark and blue and this song because Babyface had to fight Andre Harrell because Andre Harrell didn't want her to do the record. He was
Yeah.
like, nah, I don't want her to do the record. And Babyface is like, you are bugging because this record is the Mary brand and it will help her propel her to the level that you want her to get to. And because if you think about it, My Life, that album is so not commercial at all. It's not that album was us. And I love how Kill said in one of the episode we were talking about Apartment 5B, he said this song made Mary not become just ours. She became everybody's because this song was so huge for her. You know what I'm saying? So we could have gotten the Share My Word album, and at least I already know that already, but we wouldn't have gotten the crossover of Share My Word if we wouldn't have never got Not Gonna Cry. Because Not Gonna Cry was a top 2 pop record for her.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't get past Fantasy. Damn you, Mariah. But but it was like that, and I just love the fact that he captured what we love about Mary. Mary is blue. She's very draggy. That's her, and that's the brand of it all. But like you said, sis, in the beginning, when I first heard Not Gonna Cry, and and I was just like, okay. And then when Mary started singing it more, I said, oh, yes, this is okay. All right, I'm with it. I'm with it. But at first it was dun, 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 dun. And I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. But it fit right on target of what I love about her. So I loved it. And it really helped bring Mary to that next level because I don't think if she wouldn't have never gotten this record, it would have been hard for Steve Stout to get her to that Share My World situation, get her with Rodney and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and all of them heads. So I love the record. I think it's classic
I'm about,
Mary and that.
I'm about to do a JR thing. The way he found one little piece of fun out of a record he really hates. And the only part of that song I like is I said I won't do it. That's the only part I like.
I do
Oh
like that
God.
part.
Yeah, I do. I do like it.
I do like that a lot.
Yes. And
See,
I mean, I think after My Life, this is really when you go to see Mary tours. I mean, this is the only song she clearly likes off the Share My World project. Yeah, Mary, yeah, you know. It ain't even on Share My World, but they put it on there anyway. But still, it's just like she does this record and she goes there with it. So for me, I love it. I love it. It's just quality Mary for me. So I love the record. So
Yeah, JR, you just said everything that I was going to say with it. I agree with you 100%. I will add this because this is one thing I think we haven't touched on, because
yeah,
this record works for me because it is very much following out of that My Life era, like you said, the very blue Mary. I mean, you look, the album is literally blue. My Life is literally blue.
blue, yeah,
But
yeah.
the reason why I think that this connects in the sense of this soundtrack, it's the most autobiographical of the songs on it. It sounds like somebody watched the movie and just
Yeah,
wrote a song based on
yeah,
the movie. And that's why it just is so reflective of the themes of the movie. Like, I
yeah.
got all this pain, but I'm not gonna cry. I mean, you right, at least you right. Secretary, drive me nuts for 25 years, 35 years, how old it is. Like, girl, enunciate, ma'am. But as far as a song that really helps capture all Mary is, but takes her out of that one box, this is
Yeah.
it for me. So I'm with it. You right. I skip it now just because they played it into the
Me too.
ground
Me
in
too.
1995 and
Yes.
96 and 97, and however long that song was on radio. Like,
Yes.
I'm kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
But as a song, no, I still rock with it. It's one of my favorites from the record. I think it's one of the dopest ones here, but to each their own. I ain't mad at your sis.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I do understand how if you're a fan of Mary, that this is your shit.
Mhm.
But sidebar, don't you hate when it be a song out that you like really, really hate? And that's the song that's oversaturated. So it deepens your ire and your vitriol for that song.
That
That's not what
Tinashe
happened
song
here.
is out right now. Yes. Yes. I'm sick of it. I don't like it. But go ahead, ma'am. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
the oversaturation part probably made it even deeper of
Yeah,
a dislike for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Than it would have been
absolutely.
had it just been a, throwaway, whatever. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So there, we did enough and not go cry because now I do skip it, unfortunately. But I
Yes,
love it, but I do skip it now.
That's
Like
why
I
I'm
do.
like, I can't hate. I do be
I
skipping.
can right. Like on the way Lisa's going to it, I was gonna be like, y'all, I'm gonna give it some love, but at the end, I'm gonna let y'all know I do skip it. I'm sorry. And then it is. All right. So we get to My Funny Valentine, Chaka Khan.
So before we talk about her rendition of it,
Yeah.
can we just talk about this song as a standard, just period? I think a lot of people who sing it or love it don't realize what the song is saying.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Yes, God.
Like I see people on Valentine's Day or their anniversary. I'm like, you sure you want
Like,
that?
yeah, did y'all
You
listen?
sure?
Did y'all listen to these words? Like,
Are you sure? You try to say your husband is not very good looking? Okay.
right.
Checkmate, I guess.
Oh, I mean, yes. Because people really do not understand this. That's why I'm like, a lot of these, like, it's only really one song on this album to me that you can kind of play and it's you can have it on Valentine's Day or a wedding record. This song ain't it at all.
No, they said you are
This song is not it.
unphotographable. Like
Yes.
you too ugly for the filters. That's what the
Right.
song says.
Yes. Like I love it. My favorite version before I even heard Shaka's was Ella Fitzgerald's version. I love her version. I love that. Listen, Ella is one of my favorite singers. Anyway.
Ed just said you too ugly for the filters. I just want that to soak in that he said that.
That's what they said.
Just like my thing earlier, pity placement. Too ugly for the filters is going in my lexicon. Thank you, sir. You are the best.
Yes.
The player said you are laughable, unphotographable. But I love you anyway. I guess it's Lovey song. I guess it's Lovey.
I guess.
But she did just clown you. Like,
Yeah, like
You
off the
ugly ass
break.
old boy. Like,
Right.
he's not a looker, but he's very kind.
I need help.
It might be true, but you don't say.
I need help. Help me,
You don't
Jesus.
say that.
But Chaka did, speaking of it,
Oh, okay.
Chaka did eat this record. Yeah, Chaka did eat it. Like she
Ate.
did. Chaka ate. You know what I mean? Babyface probably was like, he said, look, because Chaka is a jazz girl anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
he
Absolutely.
knew that she needed that type of record. You know what I mean? Because Whitney did say she wrote a list on the people that she did not want for this album.
I need to see that list. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like she did a press conference when the album came out. And she was like, Babyface was like, I want you to write a list on the people that you want on this album. So she said, I started to write a list on the people that I don't want on this album.
And then she tried to clear it up. She's like, I just play.
Right. She was like, and I
Whitney,
got
she
my
ain't
pen
playing.
and pad out. That's what she said.
You ain't never been playing a day in your life.
She ain't playing.
Whitney was not playing because
with your truthful ass, hell no. You meant that. You meant that.
Clearly, there's a lot of people on this album we did not see.
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, she said, Babyface said, tell me who you don't want on this album. And she said, oh, I got my pen and pad out. Like, and then, like you said, sis, she was like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. No, you weren't.
You won't
No,
kidding.
you weren't.
No.
No, you were not. Because there was some other hot girls at that time that did not make this project.
No, didn't.
And you did a song with her 3 years later.
I wasn't gonna put it out there, but
I mean,
it was noticeable. The absent was noticeable.
That very much so. So it was just like, girl, you weren't playing. But for her, you know, she loved her some Chaka. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she loved Chaka. So you knew she was gonna be on here, and Babyface yet again did it right. Got Chaka a jazz cover, and Chaka went up in there and was sounding like a horn and just wailing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what Chaka's gonna give. And I love it. I love it.
The production is just like sweeping on this thing, and she is the perfect person to give that production life. I think this is one of the more underrated joints up here.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I agree.
Absolutely. I love it. I have no notes. And like you said, my favorite used to be the Ella Fitzgerald, but that now the Chaka is my favorite rendition.
Yeah, I think it might be mine too. Yeah.
It's shady, and we know Chaka is a shady one too. So
yes, Lord.
It works all the way around.
All of it.
Shady ass.
Love it. Love it. All right. So we get to And I Gave You Love by what's her name? Sonia Marie.
Mm-hmm.
This song is straight musical, y'all. For real. Like, and it's for the spoken word, period. And now we're doing the times where this is spoken word started to get really popular around this time. Wasn't it? Yes. We're in that.
This is about the start of the rise, yeah.
Yeah, the rise. And you know, we got our neo soul is about to come in here and really blow up. And you know, everybody, the spoken words is about to happen. And to go in here and then to have Chanté on these backgrounds just sounding so blissful. I love that word, y'all. So
I know. I remember the day you just started using it, you was like, "Ooh, I like that."
I sure did, y'all.
I mean, you ain't lying.
Yes, and she sounds so good on here, man. And I just, and it's just Babyface on them keys and guitar and just the musicality of it. And Sonia sounds, you know, doing spoken word on there. I think it's a great song to me. So
this song is so fun. This reminds me, I always thought of
Natalie's.
as being on. Y'all remember New York Undercover? What was the little Natalie's? I felt like she would be doing this at Natalie's. I don't know what it is, but I love how this just is set up. And like you said, the spoken word plus R&B, the flowetry tip, this was like really starting to take hold and kind of like more pop culture at the time. So it was the perfect time for a track like this. And it was a good placement in the record. I think it worked well in the sequences. So yeah, I like this one a lot.
Uh-oh.
I know you. I know you ready. I know you
Oh,
ready.
you know it. You already know. So track number 10, All Night Long, SWV. So, like I said in the beginning, when I saw that all these women were a part of the soundtrack and I saw they were, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, so he blessed Whitney, he's blessed Brandy, and he's blessed Mary. I need this soundtrack because now I see SWV is on it. So I'm like, what is he gonna give them? And baby, all night long, Babyface blessed my girls with this.
Yes, he
He
did.
knew that they were the ones to do a record like this because they get down like this, because they gave us Downtown to begin with. So he knew to give them a record like this. You know what I'm saying? That they can finesse it and I guess make it young and still, you know what I'm saying, Coco sound amazing. Taj and Lili's harmonies on it was great. I want people to stop thinking that them girls don't bring nothing to the table because it's
Say
me on
that.
still.
Say
Did
that.
you see the Tiny Desk that just came out?
I still haven't watched it. I gotta watch it.
Okay, when you see it, and a lot of them are saying, well, why they gotta have other background vocalists? Hello, they are in a small setting. You want the background to sound fuller.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
had to add background to it. Go on.
But what I will say is every time they've had a group or duo on Tiny Desk, people come and say that. Well, why? Go back and look comments or look through Twitter, and they do that. They do that to everybody. Just FYI.
Yeah, every Tiny Desk has a bunch of like multiple backgrounds.
But I'm saying people go in and talk shit every time. If you go back and look, they do it on every single one. So this won't even know SWV specific. They have done that to every group or duo that they've had on there.
And it doesn't make any sense. And
that's weird.
But
and that's so they don't know how music works.
That part.
And they don't care to know.
No, that's why I was like, I don't argue with people's opinions. But when this song, to me, it sounded so chill. You know what I'm saying? And again, Babyface fits the movie. This is when Whitney getting down.
Yep.
When Whitney's getting down in this episode with the one that she really wants to be with. Unfortunately, he's married. But
he's a good man.
He's a good man, Savannah. But it's just like the girl sounded so good. I said Babyface is all right with me because mind you, he just did Slow Jam with them, the original one before the label messed everything up, and to me, I had to redo it. But they already worked with him, so to work back with him again and get All Night Long, amazing. The girl sounded good. I'm here for. I wish they would do it live. I hope that they do it on this tour. Hopefully they do it. So I love this record. Definitely a favorite. I was like, Babyface bless my girls. He blessed every of my faves on here. So I was like, oh, you all right with me, Babyface? I was here for it. So
I feel you. When I got this record, like I told you, I saw it at my aunt's house and the CD was sitting on the thing, and I went to two because there were two of my faves, a bunch of my faves up here, but I wanted to hear two records specifically. We haven't gotten to one yet, but this was the first one. I went all the way down and listened to this, and I was not disappointed. Very sexy, just Babyface, yet again, did not change SWV to be something that they weren't. He added to what they already were. This is another winner.
Yes, for sure.
I can't stand this song. I'm just playing.
I was ready.
No, it's one of my standout songs. I just want to give JR a heart attack.
I was about to jump too.
I'd be like, yo,
you finna come through this screen?
No, sis. I'm about to be like, no, not all night long. No.
No, no, this was always been diehard SWV. This song, it could have been bad. I probably still would have like kind of rocked with it anyway. But it is a good song. But no, I'm diehard SWV like JR is.
Yes.
Y'all will get mad at me later, but at least we agree on this one. So.
oh, I know it's another song that we slowly coming up. Slowly.
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh Lord. Okay, next one. So we're gonna get to you ain't you away, but Chanté finally doing all these backgrounds for everybody. She getting her own record. Hello.
Now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Uh-oh.
When I first heard this song, I'm like, oh, my headphones broke. Like, what is happening? It was like how I do like SZA and them today. I'm like, ma'am, do I have to close? Can I turn on the closed captions? What you talking about?
Why are you singing in cursive? And wingdings.
Over time, especially today, I have grown to appreciate it much, much, much more. Because I was just so thrown by the baby talk or what. I was like, what is happening on this song? Am I missing something? Am I missing the joke? But to me, this is the best production of the whole. This is the best produced song on the whole record. Like this is. She sounds incredible. The production just mirrors it perfectly. So it took me a few years. I'm talking years to like let it all sink in. But when I first heard this, I was like, "What are y'all doing with my Chanté?" Because I don't know what's happening.
And you know what? I think it was probably jarring to me first listen, because when we think of people scatting or just vocalizing, we don't think of it with voices like a Chanté.
Right.
We think about it with the little more voices or the loud voices doing that. You would think of a Chaka doing something. You think of voices of that nature. And you don't get it from a sweet, like super high, can go super high octave person. And I always, boy, Chanté walked so damn like Cy Smith and them could run, because they do that jazz singing in those ranges.
Yeah.
Like,
and then for her to be able to because everybody goes to Mariah for that high range, and I'm like, and Chanté does it with effort, yo, like with no effort. I mean, like it's just so natural to her. She's still doing it now, because we know Mariah ain't.
oh, her whistle. The thing is, with Chanté's whistle, and a few other of our whistle note greatness people,
Yes,
it's not a gimmick. It just flows with the singing. It's not like you're not getting, when Chanté does it, she's not like singing low register. It's a build up, or she's already kind of up there anyway. So it makes sense. It's more artistic to me, her whistle.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. I totally agree. And again, and this song sounds such like a breeze to me, like a breeze in the wind. And that's why it made sense when the movie opens. Whitney's in the car and she's just driving, you know what I'm saying? And the wind is blowing and all this kind of stuff. And it fits. And I was like, damn, Babyface, you're good. Like, to capture that and for Chanté to do it, perfect. Perfect.
And for a song to be all vocalizing and you singing it as if it was words, like you know exactly what she does, even though it's not a one word.
Right.
Unless you want to count you as a word.
Right. I agree. Great song. And I love how the artistic thing. I'm gonna have to use that. I'm sorry. I'll have to use that, because Chanté's is more artistic the way she uses hers, rather than to make it like this is something. It's like, it's not performance. You know what I'm saying? It goes with what she's doing, because she.
I'm saying all these words. It's organic. That's what I'm talking all around it. It's organic.
It's very organic. I feel that.
Enough said. Enough said. All right, we get to Patti's "My Love, Sweet Love."
Aunt Patti, yes.
This is the only song that I can say, if you want a song that's about love and all this, this is the only song that you're gonna get, because everything else on this, they dissing. Everybody's in pain. Everybody's sad. Like, there's no record that gives you love like Patti on this. You know what I mean? And again, like we said, this is 94, 95. So Patti just came out with She's the Right Kind of Lover. Yep. So she's, you know what I mean? So again, the young kids know her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay. Auntie Patti on this joint. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good record. And I mean, Patti sounds great. Again, you got Shanice and Chanté Moore on background. Chanté is all over this album. We should have said Wait to Exhale featuring Chanté Moore.
Might as
That's what it
well,
should have been.
yes.
She's all over it. Like, that's why I'm like, that girl done been on some legendary things. So give her flowers. Like Ed said, she deserves her flowers for real, for real. Like,
Yes, give my girl the flowers.
yes.
And yes, this song, I love this song. This is around the era, like you said, JR. This was kind of my introduction to Patti. Like I knew of her around this time, but like the mid-90s when she had her stuff rocking, she had the Christmas album. It was probably early 90s. Still one of my favorite albums of all time. And I was a huge Patti fan because she also just, you know, she auntie. She feel like everybody auntie. She the aunt that'll cut you out when you're running through the house. And she got a cake in the oven. And she like, y'all better stop running through my house. My cake gonna fall. Like, that's Patti. Like, you gonna stop running, but because you ain't gonna get your butt whipped. But I love that she was to your point, this is like the loveliest song up here. I mean, it's called Waiting to Exhale. I think we already exhale. Of course, this album gonna be, but this is the one where we embrace actual love, and Patti was the one to do it because she comes with that maturity. Like she's been around the block. She know what love is, so she can speak to it more expertly than some other folks here. So no, she did her thing on this classic Patti joint, no doubt.
The only one that was getting really the good love was Gloria.
Yep.
That's it. So
that was it.
The only one that ended up getting good love was her. That was it. That was it. No. Yeah. We're another favorite of mine. I know Elise ain't happy with this record at all. Kissing You from Faith. You too.
And I did be an don't agree, but most of the time, like 85% of the time, we be.
How y'all explain? Like, well, Elise already explained in a live already. Like, she already. You feel like it's boring too, Ed?
Yes. So I'm gonna tell y'all. Remember, and I understand why now. So remember, I heard this record. I saw the thing sitting on my aunt thing. I look on the back, see who up there. I see SWV. I see Faye. Those are the first two records I went to. SWV, I rock with it. I'm listening to Faith, and I'm waiting for it to hit that next gear. And I'm waiting.
It never does.
And I'm waiting. Waiting, and it never came. And I realized why, because remember how I talked about how this record, like the TLC, it's taking artists with established sounds and giving them a new sound. Like, this wasn't a bad boy joint at all. And I think that's what threw me, because it didn't have that funk and that hip-hop edge that most of Faith's stuff had. But even today, where I am like a little bit more tenured in my music and I can be a little bit more, you know, not as rigid, I feel like it don't go no way. I just be listening, and it's been years. And Faith, my girl, I love her to death. I just be like trying to get another chance, and that song don't ever go anywhere. I'm just running off the road, falling asleep, waiting for this thing to pick up some energy. Come on, Faith, what you doing? I can't get with this one. This is the one song I can't get with, and it's Faith, so it hurts my heart.
Yeah, and it's like, when I have a song, even if it's a super slow song, it can't be this. I still need
peaks and valleys. That's what I say.
And
peaks
then
and valleys.
And then I need a crescendo, baby. If you're gonna do that, I need a fucking crescendo. I need it. And you're sitting waiting for it because you love Faith and she do sound great.
Yeah, she sounds
like,
good.
Amazing. And you're like,
this is like them songs that's been produced in 2022 and 2021, where everything is that same cadence, and y'all don't give me no ups and you don't give me no downs. It doesn't matter how great you are, you ain't taking me on a journey. You putting me into sleepy land.
And Faith is known for making amazing bridges and arrangements.
Yes.
So to not get that in this song, what part of the song goes up? Maybe I missed something. Maybe
I feel like the bridge for me, like vocally for her.
It don't even feel like a bridge.
Like, I love it when she through the night. I feel like that. I'm like, yes, babe, I feel you. Like, like I love it, but like you always said, it felt very. And to me, I think this was Babyface hearing what Faith did on her debut and tried to do something for the way and commercialize it for her. So it's kind of was like him trying to do the "I'll make love to you" for Faith.
But I'll make love to you. As much as that song hurts my whole soul, like what? But it irks my whole soul. But I don't find it to be particularly boring. It's a little cheesy, but I don't find it boring. And you get your crescendo moment where they going off and doing all that. You get
Right.
that.
Right.
Like you can say what you want to say about it, but you get you
Right.
get Wanye Holland and Sean Holland. That happens.
Right.
And you don't
Right.
and the music swells. Like on the production of it, the music never like swelled to give you
And
that.
that's
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yep. Now that I can agree. It's just this. It's this. And Faye, like y'all said, she sounds great on it. Like
Yes.
she sounds great on it. But it's just like to me, the bridge, she goes up a little bit. Because they said Faye did this thing in one take.
And it goes.
I can tell.
We needed 5 more for it to still be sounding flat and to be like, yeah, maybe we need to switch something up.
Man, and so I guess y'all obviously, so what he did for Never Let You Go, that is what we should have gotten with
agree.
Kissing You.
Yes, now that is a perfect depiction of what this should have, and it could have been. It could have easily been that. But yeah, man.
Okay, I get it. I love it.
If you love it, cool.
Yeah, I love that bridge.
It connected to you. And that's cool.
I love the bridge.
But and I'm like you, Ed, where I was like Faith, because I was Faith bag hard. So I was like Faith.
95 Faith?
95 Faith?
Faith, yes. Yeah.
Novente Cinco Faith? Yeah. That's what a word.
And that now y'all making me see, because everybody feels like then we get to the Keeping the Faith for her, and a lot of people look at that album as boring.
And I struggle with that, because I do think that album is not as good as the first, and not as good as the third, but it's still a good album because there's still plenty. It's the album cuts that save it for me. We need to come back and have me on talk about that one. Keep the Faith and No Way, and oh my gosh, like joints on that.
Woo!
But I do agree that it's a step. I wouldn't say a step down, but it's a switch in sound from what we got from previously, and that hurt me on this one because it didn't sound like what we were used to from the Bad Boy production, and that record tried to get her in a different lane too. But there was enough in there to keep me interested, so I still rock with a lot of that album.
Gotcha. I got you. I didn't know this was it, and I thought it was like Elise was gonna give it. You was gonna be like, no, you was like when you gave the look. I said,
yeah, we talked about it before. In fact, we've talked very extensively about Faith, or where it hits for me and where it misses for me. So he know which Faith is my favorite and which ain't, and this ain't. So
this one ain't. That's my girl, but this one, that ain't it. This one ain't it.
Damn. Okay.
Tough room.
Okay. So Love Will Be Waiting at Home.
Why everybody get quiet?
Oh, no reason. I don't understand anything coming out of Kissing You.
That's why I knew that shade was coming. I knew it.
Anything with life. If they'd put Not Go Cry after Kissing You, I might have liked it more.
Oh my God.
Y'all laughing. I am too. I'm stupid.
Oh God.
I thought this one was alright. I mean, For Real didn't do all that much after. I think they had a couple songs. I remember the Saddest Song I Never Heard or something like that. I remember that one. But like, this was cool. You know, it's a standard Babyface joint. It felt kind of like an old Tony record that he had laying around or something. It's all right. I don't think it's like a top tier track at all. but it works within the confines of the album, so I don't dislike it. But I'm not gonna turn this on and skip right to this one.
Oh no. And it just reminds me of just the scene in the movie when a glorious son is about to go out and she's just looking, and then it kind of reminds me, you like sad that your mom's home. You know what I mean? And you about to go out and she's lonely and all this kind of stuff, but then you trying to make her laugh and all this kind of stuff, and she like be home at a decent time. It's like, mom trying to make you happy, then you like, no, you be home at a decent time. I will be fine. Like, it's like, damn, you know what I mean? But that's what that reminds me of. I mean, it's cool. I mean, like the other one, I feel nothing. If it wasn't there, I wouldn't feel bad. And if it was, it's like whatever.
I'm definitely with you on that.
Yeah, I agree. And I'd have thought if you have a group that nobody knows or is new, that you should put some stank on it of what record you give them to help them, because they could sing down.
Yeah, they can.
They just needed the right, like you said, it was like an old throwaway record. It wasn't a bad record, but it wasn't a great record. And I'm like, you got a new group, you get don't be like that. Get them some. Because that's, help them out. You was a new artist before. Let be nice.
Be nice.
You a fool. but like you said, it's for the part of the album, so it's like, it's cool. It is what it is.
It's fine. It doesn't fit me. It's a refill song.
Right.
I don't skip it because I don't want to be skipping 2 songs in a row, but
You know what? We're gonna just move right along to to track 15. How could you call her baby?
Now, I do not skip this one
at all, and I think this is so underrated because we have our big artists is on here. A lot of people don't go to this record to me, and this record is another thing. Kind of like Not Gonna Cry, not that, but I'm saying as far as it tells the story of the movie.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you feel it. And it was like, she was like, my own sister told me someone's taking my place. Like, dude, sister told you that some chick is taking your place? Whoa, like that. And you broke my heart. And then, when she's in that bridge and she said, I don't, what did she say? If you ever see me in the street, forget that you ever even knew me. Like, that's some pain for your ass. Like,
you ain't shit when your own sibling is
snitching on you.
Yeah, dry snitching at that.
Ain't loyal at all.
Snitching with no provocation
at all.
You trash.
Trash.
Garbage, sanitation.
Your family out here snitching on you, dog. Like, And she, just her own background from her. I don't know. Is it any more that she did add? Because I'm not really familiar with her.
I'm not either. And I remember at the time, and I actually, before we did this, I did some Googling and see, like, let me see if she did some stuff that I'd forgotten about. I can't find anything. But this is what I used to love about soundtracks back in the day, because every soundtrack will have a random song from some rando artist you never heard of, and that thing would hit like no other. Soundtracks were always just it's almost like a surprise bag. You never know what's going to get in there that you're going to be like, oh, this is super dope. And this is the record on this one from me. Like, this is the one that I'm like, I don't know, Shauna. I don't know where you are, Shauna. Shauna, if you out there, hit me up on Twitter. But look, you killed this. And I wish we heard way more from you from this. This is like some unrefined Whitney type stuff. Like, I just love what she did with this. She told the story so well. Man, she killed this.
Yes.
You know how her voice kind of was reminiscent of? Not the same, but reminiscent. And it's funny, her name is Shauna, because it was giving me some Shanice stuff in her tone and some of the stuff she was doing.
Funny you say that, because at the time when I'm like reading over it, I thought this was Shanice. And I was like, wait a minute, this is Shauna, whoever this is. I'm thinking some new artist who probably gonna be on, Video Soul next week or something. We ain't never see that child. I don't know where she is.
And I think back then I was thinking it was Shanice at first.
Yep, I thought it was.
It makes sense.
Especially the beginning. Like this is like, wait a minute. Is that okay? It ain't.
And then if Shawnee's being on this too, doing backgrounds, you figured, hey, she'll get her own record
Yeah.
too.
You think so?
Chanté did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder why she didn't get no record.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Probably label politics of
Yeah.
it
That's
all.
almost always the answer.
Always, and it's always label politics because she wasn't even on LaFace yet, was she? No,
No, not this. Not no
not
95. I
that
don't
this
think
time.
so.
She didn't come to LaFace until she did that '99 album, right?
Yep, I got
Okay,
it back there.
okay. So yeah, yeah. So she was just doing backgrounds, and probably the label was probably like, no, we no. So she like, damn, I can't even get my own song, but I'm doing background for other people. This is because she started doing background on Tony's Secrets, Babyface yet again. Then she did background on Whitney's joint, My Love Is Your Love, with the
Sure did.
Babyface records.
Yep,
Like,
she sure did.
it was like, yo, she should have been on this joint for real. But she's on it, but she just ain't got her own record. But this could have been her, Sean. It could have been us because y'all thought it was her. You know what I'm saying? So I love this joint. I think it's so underrated. And like I said before, I think we got so much heavy hitters on this that people kind of forget about this song. And a lot of people don't really discuss it. But I think it's really one of my favorites on the album. I got 4 favorites, and this is one of them. And I love this song. Love it.
Yep,
Love
one
it.
of my favorites too, no question.
Yes. So we get to the last song. I guess that brought everything together. And it's Count on Me with her and Cece. Whitney helped write this record because we know Whitney ain't no writer at all.
He's not.
At all. And I mean, as cheesy as it is, I get it. You know what I mean? It's cheesy, but I get it. And you know, I love hearing her and Cece kind of sing together because vocally they kind of on the same level for real. So I love when they do it live. Where did they really do this live? I'm trying to think. Oh no, they did it on the Grammys.
I remember them doing it at least. It must have been the Grammys. I remember them doing this live at least once. So maybe it was the Grammys.
They didn't do it on any of the talk shows. I feel like I heard it on one. Maybe not.
I don't know. I know they did it at least once because I can see it, but I can't remember when that was.
Yeah, because I know they did it when they did. You know that Waiting to Exhale had the whole. They did it twice on the Grammys. They did on the '96 Grammys, and then they did it in '97 when the album was for the album of the year. So that's when Brandy, Mary, all of them came on and did each of their parts, and then at the end they all came and sung "Count on Me" at the end. So.
You know my favorite part of this record. This another one was a little piece. Just a don't be afraid.
That's my favorite part too.
Me too. Yep. Mine too. Yep.
And this is a song that could have been boring, but you have these moments of the track doing something else. It's a little cheesy, but I like a little cheesy sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's an inspirational record, and it's about friendship and all that. So it works for me. And yeah.
And it works because in the movie, it's all 4 of the women and they counted on each other. You know what I mean? All of them was going through their mess, but they all had each other at the end. And it brings the whole thing together. And I think you needed a joint like this. Like you said, as cheesy as it is, and it's inspirational and all that. So I thought it was cool. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. This was the song to close the album out with because this is the one that wraps up their story. Yeah. Like I said earlier, I can recognize a song that's well done, well crafted, well sung versus one that I like. I ain't gonna be rocking this in the car very often because they played it to death.
And did.
But it's not a bad song. I'm not gonna diss it all. You know, they're a perfect match vocally for each other. So it's a superior song for sure. I just don't be playing it like that. Unless I'm playing the whole album, I'm not just gonna go straight to that one.
No.
I'm gonna see what Shauna talking about, but I ain't gonna play that. After Shauna, I'm like, all right, go listen to Boomerang or something.
Not Boomerang, no.
That's actually a good question. Let me ask y'all.
Okay.
Is Waiting to Exhale the greatest soundtrack of the 90s?
Okay, I want you to hold that question And you can break it down with each thing that I give you in the word association.
Oh, look at that. Look at me jumping ahead.
Look at
Okay.
God,
No,
look
no,
at
no,
God,
no,
look
I'm
at
not talking
God.
about
Yeah, look at God.
nobody ever know what I'm for. I don't even be knowing because I don't tell them. So but no,
Yes,
it just was like, oh, that's perfect because we can.
yes, yes.
Yeah, we gonna do that. We gonna do that.
Yeah, so proceed.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna break it down. Absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
And JR, just because it's a word association doesn't mean that you can't say anything to.
Agreed. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
already
know he
said it.
will.
Like,
It's
You
a
be like, oh,
must.
I
I
want
want
to
to
say
answer.
something. You better say what you want. Say it's your show, boy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 10 for it.
Ah, nigga. All right. So because of that question, we have now reached my favorite part of the show. And that is the word. It's going to be word soundtrack association. And it's going to
Dope.
be 90s black soundtracks.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you the soundtrack. It'll be a little different. Ain't gotta be no one word memory. We just gonna kind of talk about them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna start with Juice.
Why is the first thing from Juice I remember the cover? Because, and it sounds weird, the Juice cover is one of, y'all see all this mess back here. For some reason, the way my CDs were set up, Juice was always facing. So when I think of 90s soundtracks, Juice is the first one that pops in my head because that cover, I always saw that cover every single day. I woke up in my bedroom. So yes, to me, that is like the face, the literal face of 90s soundtracks.
Ah, don't sweat the technique.
Get them,
I'm
get
sorry.
them.
I forgot I had these.
Is it good to the Teddy Riley version?
That's
The
the one. Yes,
Teddy and Tammy Lucas. That is what
Yeah.
I
that is
like.
the
I mean, no
version.
R.I.P. to Has. He did what he did, but I love her and Teddy's because I'm telling you, Tammy goes there and all the way there, and I love her version.
And I
Love it.
love Hev. I'm a huge Hev fan. I think that I was just listening to Got Me Waiting with Silk before we came on here.
Ooh,
Like I love him, but yes, Teddy did that.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one, we're gonna go above the rim.
Anything you want me to do, I'll do that. I'm sorry.
He beat me to it. I think if we talking about rap centric soundtracks,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
rap centric soundtrack of all time. Am I gonna say all time? I might say all time, y'all. I can't think of one
Ooh,
better. I can't think of one better.
you might got a point though.
I don't know.
I can't think of one,
I can't.
honestly.
I mean, that kind of give you the answer there. We can't
I'm
think.
talking
Yeah,
about
well, there
just.
it is.
I ain't saying like soundtrack. All I ain't talking about Willie Hutch and all them. I'm talking about just hip
Yeah.
hop centric joints.
Yeah,
I can't think of one better, y'all.
me either.
Was Afro Puffs up there?
On Juice? Yeah.
No,
No.
no.
No. That's. I mean, a butter rim. We ain't even talking about that no more. A butter rim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Afro
Maybe.
Puffs is on that one?
Because
I can't remember.
I think
Or
it
was
was.
it on the Murder Was Case soundtrack?
See, let me Google right quick,
Yes.
because if it was, that's when I fell in love with Rage. Because
Yep,
she
you're
is
right. It's
incredible.
on Above the Rim.
Okay, yes, that was when I fell in love with her. I was like, this
Yep.
girl is
It's on.
insane. She's on that Dog Pound record that came out a couple months ago.
Oh,
Still killing it.
yeah.
Still killing it.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
never got
yeah.
her just due. They didn't.
Never.
Never.
They didn't do her right.
There go
No.
Juice. Juice was looking at me every morning. Yes.
All right. This not on my list. We can talk about the hell we want to talk about. New Jack 6.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be 6 instead of 5.
Ooh.
Money.
JR favorite song on there.
My favorite joints.
I wanna sex you up.
Y'all know I love King Keith. Don't be how you gonna have singing that at the wedding? How you gonna sing that song? It's somebody don't be telling me no. There you go at the wedding. That's why the wedding got shot up. Keith, you singing the wrong song.
Hello.
But no, that's my joint.
I love
Yeah.
Keith.
Oh, King Keith.
Keith.
Mm.
I love Keith Sweat. Yeah. Yes. All right. Now we finna get into the
Uh-oh.
beat.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
All right. Love Jones.
Can I be grown, put my business in the street?
Y'all,
Ah!
we encourage it.
Very much.
So my wife, see, I'm getting in trouble, y'all. This family, and she just
Yeah.
left, so I ain't gonna get in trouble.
Good.
My wife loves that soundtrack, and when she put that soundtrack on, grown folks time, y'all.
Respect. It's made for that. That's a sexy album.
Yes.
Listen. Whew. Whew.
When that come out, I'm like, all right.
You know what time at the baby with that something? What? The Maxwell?
I was gonna say Maxwell, he'll do it.
Oh.
Won't he do it? Won't you do it, boo-boo? Yes, you will.
But we all doing it.
Well.
And doing it well. But yeah. Big up.
Shout out to our girl Trina Boussard or Inside of My Love.
Hey, Trina.
Oh yes,
Hey,
yes.
girl.
Shout out my girl. I love her.
Yes.
God, it's such a good.
Oh, Lord, what a good couple. Man, that whole thing. I even like the skate record on there when they did. What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we like that. That means it's damn good.
Hello, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Oh my. I can't with y'all.
And can, but it's fine.
Oh my God.
All right. Next, since we talk about Wait and Exhale, it feels only right to talk about The Bodyguard. Because we didn't really touch on it. Yeah.
Here's what my thing with The Bodyguard. This might be controversial.
Okay.
Half of The Bodyguard is a Whitney album, and it's incredible.
Yes.
The other half of The Bodyguard is some songs.
That's not a controversial take, actually.
At all.
Well, people got mad this might have been a year or so ago when I ranked like the best albums of the 90s, and they were mad that Bodyguard won't up there. And I was like, and
I do remember that.
I'm like, Whitney killed her half. The other half was some stuff. So no, they don't make the list.
Let's
you
be
know
real.
what you know what you should
Whitney
ask each person that commented?
Who's on?
Tell me the songs, the non-Whitney songs that you'll
right.
share.
And tell me the artists that they were.
It would have got quiet real quick.
I can't answer that, and all I do is analyze R&B records, and I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I can look it up, of course.
Yeah, but neither can I.
Tell you who else.
I only know two
except
records.
for one, and that's because they was in the news recent. I mean, not in the news. They was on somebody's show, and that was the only reason.
Nope,
I only know
right.
two. Only Lisa Stansfield. I know that record.
Yeah.
And I know the Kenny G and Aaron Neville. That's it. That's it. I don't know anybody else. I didn't even remember they was on it off the dome.
No, I remember Lisa. But no, it's a good soundtrack. It ain't bad, but it ain't top tier for me. Because
it wouldn't be
and nobody else.
Yes, because we just did a whole thing where we talked about all these songs and how all these songs were great. We talking about side A and side B. This is giving us Forever My Lady.
Talk about it. See, all right, yes. JR, next time I talk about the boys, I'm tagging you in because they
I'm there. We don't get listen. Me and Elise kids did the business. Yes.
We could make a 2-minute video of just excerpts of us saying "Forever My Lady," side A, like verbatim.
That's what it is. I've been saying
real of us saying that thing.
Unfortunately, that's what it is. And those songs were so strong, you didn't think about side B. Like you didn't. They were so strong.
If you look at it as a whole, though,
you're not gonna make it as one of the best soundtracks. You're not. I'm sorry. Y'all can go ahead with the sales and all that. It is what it is, but it's sold because of side A.
I'm so sick of people talking about these sales. Look, if you go by sales, the greatest movie of all time is Avatar. The devil is a lie.
A complete lie.
That's the most successful. That's not the best. I need y'all to understand what words mean. Oh my, y'all get me hot. Don't get me going. Don't get me going.
Communion. It's communion Saturday. Amen.
As soon as somebody brings up sales, I have checked out.
Yes.
I've already checked out.
Me
I
too.
got my
You have no argument.
bags in the trunk, like gassed up, ready to go.
I'm done.
All right. And last and not least, Boomerang, go.
All right. In my opinion, the best soundtrack of the 90s is Boomerang. A hair better than Wait and Exhale.
I agree.
And I will give.
And I agree.
And I will always be. Okay.
No, you keep it going. Yes.
Right. Boomerang to me, it's just like we just said about Shauna, right? As good as that record is, nobody knew her afterwards.
Yep.
When we got with Tony, Love Should Have Brought You, we know Tony to this day because of that. Give Me My Heart. Like, it was just they were clicking on all cylinders for me because this was also L.A. Reid and Daryl Simmons. So it was all three of them on this. You know what I'm saying? When it got to it was Babyface by himself, which is fine. But I just think them three on that soundtrack were just like, there you go for Johnny. Like,
oh my God.
Like,
God. His best song. God. He still don't have a song better.
Yeah.
Like, artistically, Boomerang is just it. It's just it. Like, and the TLC record is better on this one than that one. The TLC record, they gave them the right record, and Tony's on it, and you know what I'm saying? It's just dope, and I have to agree. I think Boomerang is the best soundtrack of the 90s. I always felt that way, even though for me, number 3 for me is Waiting to Exhale, but something about that Boomerang just hit different. 2 is Sparkle, and 1 is Claudine.
Oh, well, we talking about the 90s, though.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, my top 3. But at the end of the day, Boomerang is better. Oh, Boomerang is the best of the 90s for real.
I mean, it's close for me. It's kind of like that, but it's still better. It just edges it out just a little bit.
Yes. And I think, has that ever had that conversation before? Ooh, I know what I'm going to do with a clip. Thank you.
I'm happy to put you on. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Ed. You got me. Ooh, this clip gonna be sick. What? Oh yeah. Start some conversation now. People, don't be stupid because you will get blocked.
Oh, they gonna be stupid. You know.
You know it. But shit, me and
here comes the strings, then somebody sings. Only takes a beat, and it is not giving me that. Only takes one note, I tell you. It's just a no. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay.
I ain't never mad.
Right, at any Tony, please. Come on.
Yeah, Tony, what about just faves that ever faved?
Yes.
Yeah, I still ain't rocking with that Let It Flow video, but that's still my girl.
Oh no, the video can kick rocks. But that's my cut though. But yeah, the video's horrible. I'm gonna give y'all that. I'm gonna give you that. Shit. Yes. All right. Well, thank you, Ed.
Look, I am always honored to come hang with my people. It's always a great time.
Awesome. As usual.
We've been very much looking forward to this.
Yes.
In case you couldn't tell.
So have I. Again, thank y'all so much. Always good to hang with the representatives. And if you like this convo, just stop by soulmusic.com. We doing this all day, every day. The same stuff. If you want the same level of petty, you know where to find me.
Yeah, and y'all should definitely check him out though. He's so thorough. It's clear you can understand.
Yes,
it might
Lord.
Be he explains, why he has the opinions he has,
Yep.
which is what I value because I ain't gotta agree with everybody, but I need context.
Right.
You give me the context, I could probably go about with just about any bad take. If my mom is a bad take, I can be like, well, I get it. He explained it. So definitely check it. He goes different genres. He doesn't just do music, like for real. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I of course appreciate love from y'all.
Oh, for sure. For sure. For sure.
Yes. And we thank all our viewers, particularly the food cousins that we have in the live chat. We always have a great time, cut up, get some different opinions, build community, all of those things that are so important to me. And we just happy. Bring us some of your friends or some of your enemies. We'll get them together for you. I had no problem telling nobody about themselves. So bring them on. Tell them about it. Like, subscribe, all those things that y'all been doing. Keep on doing it. We love y'all. And we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.
Peace.